Alright, in this video we'll be looking at writing the equation for a circle. Let's not forget the equation for a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. So in order to write an equation for a circle, you're going to need to know two things. You're going to need to know where the center is at and what the radius is of that circle. So as you can see from the circle that we're working with, the center for this particular circle is going to be at the ordered pair 3, 3. So we're going to go ahead and write that down. The ordered pair is 3, 3. And that's our center. That's this point right here. The next thing we're going to need to know is what's the radius. What's the distance from the center to the edge of our circle? As you can see, the distance from the center to this point here is 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, the radius is 4. Once I have the center and the radius of our circle, we can begin writing the equation. So here we go. We're going to start off with an x. Now keep in mind, since the center is 3, 3, when I write the equation we're going to have to use the opposite of these values. So we're going to start off with an x minus 3 squared plus, we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to go with y minus 3, and we got to be the opposites. Then it's going to equal to the radius squared. And since our radius was 4, if I square the 4, 4 squared is 16. Therefore, our equation for this circle is x minus 3 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 16. Alright, next example. Again, we're trying to write an equation for this circle that's given. And in order to write that equation, the first thing I need to do is locate the center of our circle. There's the center. And the center for that circle is the ordered pair 4, negative 2. Along with the center, I'm also going to need to know the radius of the circle, the distance from the center to the edge of our circle, and that distance is 2. Once I know the center and the radius of our circle, we can begin writing the equation. Let's not forget that when we write the equation, they are going to be the opposite of the values we have for our center. So we're going to start off with an x minus 4 plus y. Now remember, they got to be opposite, so we're not going to use negative 2, we're going to use a positive 2 squared equals r squared. Whatever the radius is, we're going to square that. In this case, that radius was 2, so if I square the 2, that becomes a 4. So we end up with the equation x minus 4 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals 4. This is the equation for this circle. Okay, let's take a look at the next example. Here we have a circle, and we're going to write the equation for that circle. So to do that, first thing we need to do is locate the center. And the ordered pair for that center would be at the ordered pair negative 5, negative 2. Once we know the center of the circle, the next thing we're looking for is the radius, the distance from the center to this edge over here. And that distance, as you can see, is 1, 2, 3, 4 units. Once we have the center and the radius, we can begin writing our equation. So here we go. We're going to start off with x, not minus 5, but plus 5. They've got to be opposites. Plus y plus 2 squared. Again, they've got to be opposites. Equals whatever the radius is squared. So if I square my 4, 4 squared becomes 16. So this is our equation for this circle.